5 things I want to see in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. And also probably just some preamble and talking about the film, because I haven't been able to. So, the first thing on this list, and I'm not counting it as a numbered entry, because it feels very cop-out-y, but for the film to be good. Films based on video games have a tendency to fluctuate in quality quite a lot, and this film has gone through development hell, considering we were supposed to half of this film like 8 years ago. So, first up on this list, I'm just getting the very obvious one I feel like a lot of people have mentioned, and I agree with, out of the way, because it is a very obvious one. YouTuber cameos. Of course, there's the obvious one of someone like Markiplier who, well, he effectively made an entire movie that he starred in, so I think that's pretty good criteria. As well as another name synonymous with Fnaf being MatPat, who has admitted on multiple occasions was and still is a theater kid. So, like, pretty appropriate. And if that isn't good enough evidence of how I think they could do a good job, even if it's just like background extras and like some flashback scenes, they both have roles in the FNAF musical by Random Encounters, which is really good. I really like it. I'd recommend checking it out if you're a fan of this franchise. And Markiplier is a main character, and MatPat gets a cameo later on. Would I love to see the rest of the cast in that just get cameos? Absolutely. But it's a bit hard to say because Nathan Sharp, better known as Nate Wants to Battle, who is also a main character, does a great job. He's a lot less synonymous with the FNAF brand name, though. And obviously there are other YouTuber names I can mention, such as Dawko, who is probably the best FNAF player on the planet, maybe? Or some of my personal favorites, like Astrospiff. No, this section will not just be me listing a bunch of FNAF content creators, I swear. The point being more so, the reason FNAF is popular is because of a lot of these creators, especially the ones who were in early. Like, hell, if you search Five Nights at Freddy's on YouTube, one of, if not the first video that pops up is one of Markiplier's. And at this point, MatPat's made an entire TV show length amount of videos on this freaking franchise. Do I want these people to be like major actors? Absolutely not, but I think it would be really awesome to have them be like background extras in some scenes, especially flashback scenes that we've kind of seen back when the pizzeria was still open. Just because then, you know, these people who really helped make this franchise what it is today get to be a part of this thing that is so major. Then, of course, there's the fourth thing on this list, and that is answers. Because we, nearly 10 games into this franchise, and almost 10 when the film releases, still don't even know why this aubergine man is killing people. Oh, well, he started killing after Grindchild died. But that doesn't make sense because Nightmare Fredbear has a stomach mouth, which seems to imply that Nightmare Fredbear is mimicking how Grindchild saw Elizabeth get scooped. And the fact is, the girl's bedroom in the FNAF 4 house is empty. But if that's the case, then why did William Afton design murder robots? Because that's very clearly what the fun times are intended for. Basically, I just want some concrete answers on things like, especially just more past stuff that's less important, like why did Purple Guy start killing? And why did all this happen? I guess I more so just want to know the beginning of this story. Because I do genuinely think we have a decently concrete answer of everything from FNAF 1 through FNAF VR. And we're getting close with Security Breach. But we have no idea what happened prior to the start of this game series. Well, I guess there are ideas, but they are very loose and don't have much evidence supporting them. If you're enjoying, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps with the channel a lot, and I would love to make more videos on things like Fnaf, but I haven't really thought people would want to see them. You do not know how much I am resisting the urge to just jokingly put "Let's go! Music Man!" as one of these options. So, I'm not going to, but this could technically be a top 7. But in all seriousness, another thing would potentially be, and this is a complete stretch, but like imagine if we just had like credits music and it's just a song from The Living Tombstone. I'm just saying, his FNAF 1 song is iconic. I'd play a clip of it for you, but I am not going to deal with copyright. But like, in all seriousness, be it a new original song or something, I would love to see just someone who's made a bunch of iconic FNAF songs. Maybe even just do a song that plays in a flashback. Like, because I get, obviously they used an actual song that exists in the first trailer for some reason. I say some reason because talking about a trailer they sent to YouTubers to react to and then put a copyrighted song in it for some reason. Genuinely, that was a horrible plan. But I just think that'd be cool. Plus, I'm more a fan of original music made for movies compared to just, here's a song that already exists that we got the rights to. And yes, I put the Music Man clip in this section specifically because I was talking about music. Genuinely, this is one thing that I've seen movies do a lot recently and I just don't want it to do. Can it please just be an actual complete movie? Like, no, setup, like, you can have setup for a sequel, but can it not just be its own full story that doesn't just end? Looking at you, Spider-Verse. Like, genuinely, you can leave setup, you can leave it in between, but please just give a satisfying beginning, middle, and end. Because I've seen a lot of films recently that have a good beginning, have a good middle, have a good middle. Why isn't there an end? You just want me to wait for another project and want me to watch that too? Really? And finally, spooks. I'm not a horror person, I'm not a horror movie person. Ignore the fact we are nearly 10 minutes into a video about a horror movie. But I want it to be scary, but not in like the, oh, here's just jump scares, here's just grotesque imagery. More so the thing I think the games do really well of, what was that? What was in the corner of my eye just now? Or things like this minigame that actually is on screen right now in Help Wanted. Because when I played that in VR, you're playing that and it's just like, what the hell? Because there's like this 7-8 foot tall animatronic in front of you. It's like, it isn't even that scary of a minigame, but like I never really expected or really considered how big and imposing these things are. It's a lot scarier when it's towering over you, sitting down. And obviously you have other things, but I think a lot of the spooks don't come from the jump scares because really they stopped working after like the first one. But instead from those overused atmospheric sounds or something moving in the corner of your eye but it's too dark and you can't tell what it is. In reality, these games work because of tension. You get, like, you're more worried about what's coming than the actual scare itself, which is what makes it scary. The jump scare is more a release of that, and a breather, weirdly enough. And you can kind of see that, because there are videos somewhere from, like, 8 years ago now when these games first released, and I was a lot younger. You know, because it's been nearly a decade. And I was horrified. Looking at these games now, playing them now, it's like, I guess I kind of see how, I see through the psychological technique, I guess is a way to put it. but like, ugh, I was horrified. Nothing was happening. The first night of FNAF 3 was horrifying intense. You know, the night where literally nothing can happen. The point more so being, I want to see what else it can do to not just be a jump scare. But, genuinely, what are your guys' thoughts? Are you excited for this film after the long wait? Do you think it will be good? Either way, I'll see you guys in the next one.